What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is time for episode 8, and we're going to make ourselves a produce stand. So, today we will be making this produce stand kind of like a fair kind of concept or feeling, or maybe like a street produce stand. Something that you find maybe at a festival. I don't know where you would find these other than at like kind of like a festival. You'll see what I mean in a little bit with the theme of it. Um, so we get this going, and a little bit in the video, you're going to see another stand that I made. And the reason why you're going to see another stand is because, again, the game is still a little buggy. They put a new patch in. With the new patch, everything did fix the building wise and stuff getting sorted. And then it introduced a new patch to where you, every time you build and you go to save after a certain amount of time, stuff will get deleted. It'll save, the game will crash, and the item that you made will be deleted. So it looks like I'm doing this the first time. I told you you'd see another one, so that means obviously I've had to at least do it 2 times. But I could tell you I've made this thing about, I don't know, about, I'm going to say at least 6 times. And I kept crashing. So then I figured out a way. That's the reason why I didn't make a video on Wednesday. Usually I'll make them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I had a problem with it. And yeah, so I made it about 6 times. And this time it actually worked. I made a lesser version of it. Again, when this is fully complete, the building, and it doesn't have many bugs in it, I will absolutely start building a little bit more intricate. This time I could not build so intricate, so we kept it kind of simple. Again, beginner. I would say there's a beginner. Intermediate, probably not. So more beginner. And yeah, so that about 6 times, and yeah, it was pretty fun all 6 times. I figured out a way how to do it so it would save your last progress, so just in case it got deleted. So what I did was I kept zipping or WinRaring my save file every time I progressed to a certain point. So like you'd see, like maybe I'd put all this together without color, then I'd go to my desktop, I would, save it just so I had a backup just in case it messed up, which it did a couple times, but I've had backups of it now. So I kind of have a workaround for it, but eventually it will get deleted. So I didn't really go nuts. And again, once it's completely fixed, I will absolutely, without a doubt, be putting up better content, better builds or more intermediate builds where I take a lot of time and you look at it and it's like, wow, you put a lot of detail into that. At this point, it's not really worth investing that much time in it, especially with this problem. You start investing and then 4 hours of work. I actually streamed part of it. I think I did 4 hours or something. As I was streaming, I went to save it when I first realized that the bug happened and my stuff was gone. I almost cried. I had to walk off the screen and go get a drink and pretend I was getting a drink because I was crying downstairs. I'm joking. But anyway, it does hurt to lose something that you've been building for a couple hours with a couple hundred pieces, plus your mind madness knowing that you might have to do it again. But so we finally got it finished, so, a version of it, a variation of it. And as you can see, I'm putting it together right now. It's kind of like a little fruit stand, if you like some fruits, fruit, produce. In the first version of it, you can see the boxes on the left and right. I had little shelves with grapes in it and raspberries and green grapes and purple grapes, and but this version of it is the I don't want to lose my mind version of it, so I chose not to do that. I had all set up, and again, you might see a version of it. If I see the version of it, I do believe I go outside and put this outside to take a look at it, and you'll see the other version. And then yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll work on it a little bit more eventually. But what happens is when they put the new patch in and it's the building, if you use the old save, not the old game save, but the old item after the patch, it'll wind up messing up. So every single time, maybe eventually, if somebody likes this and that you enjoy this, I have more stuff like this coming in the next few uploads. If you like this sort of thing and you're like, hey, maybe you could set it up a little bit differently, you want to customize, as long as it's not too many people asking too many crazy customizations. Or, I mean, you can customize it yourself, but if you have any ideas, like maybe, hey, you should do this and this and this, maybe I will go back to this and eventually work on it. But for now, with the problem, I'm probably not going to work on them much more after this. But when the building is 100% complete, and not even 100% complete, to where it's not bugging out and it's not deleting stuff, I will go back in my videos and start making different versions, or upgrading the version. So stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll make a series upgrading all my older builds, considering that the build function will work pretty much properly. And I'm figuring within the next few updates it's going to work properly, because he's got a team on it of people to test it, everything that he's doing. And hopefully within the next few patches, I think we're up to patch 6. So hopefully by 7 or 8, it'll be down solid, the building aspect of it. But so we'll go back later on and maybe do a couple of these over and put more detail into them, because we can, because you don't have to worry about investing so much time and losing so much progress when you go to save or something like that, and it'll eventually work. So as you can see, I'm setting up my fruits. I got a bunch of fruits, and I'm going to put them up here, and we're going to make a little bit of fruit. And so we got a couple bins. Again, like I said, I had a bunch of different fruit and a bunch of different things I was going to do. I had a bucket on the right side, and I was going to put hay in it. You know, maybe let's say you have a horse or something. I don't know. Whatever. Chickens. You feed them hay. But for the simple fact that it crashed like 6 times and I had to keep doing this over and over and over, I could probably build this with my eyes closed at this point. So this is a dumbed down version of the probably better one. I would say it was better because what I was doing is I was adding a lot more detail. I was adding bananas, bunches of bananas, and grapes, and you know, so I was going all out. And then I realized once it crashed and I lost everything, I was like, oh, that hurt, and I'm probably not going to continue on doing that, because it didn't do it one time, and then it was like, oh, maybe it was just one time thing. It also did it. Then I started, what I did was, after I made this and it crashed, I went back to an old blueprint and made a bridge again, another bridge, because I needed another bridge inside my world, and I did that again, and that crashed. And then I opened this up again, and then I opened the new blueprint, and they both crashed and lost. So I was like, okay, this is getting sketchy. All right, so now what you see me doing right now is putting little, I don't know what they are, those little buttons where I guess the stem or the vine would reach on the orange. Obviously, I do believe oranges are grown on a tree, so I guess the stem or whatever piece it would be, the little nub on the end of your oranges, I guess it would be where the stalk would be, or whatever the case is. So that's what you see right now. And I'm going outside. Here's where you can see it right here, where I put mine down. And there's the second one. There's the one we're working on, and there's the one that was done with the bucket and the grapes. So if you want, you could slow that down. Add green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, and I was really going all in, and then it just wound up crashing. And like I said, I told everybody in the stream, I'll be right back. I went downstairs and I wept for about 15 minutes, and then I came back upstairs. I dried my eyes, and everybody was like, "What happened to your eyes?" Well, my allergies. Nah, actually, it was annoying though. It is a little bit annoying, but again, I'm dedicated to building in this game, and I also want to provide content. So I figured today would be the day. After not putting up a video Wednesday because of this problem, I figured I would wait it out, and the patch would come through and it would fix it, but it didn't. So I figured, why not? We'll do it the way we do it. And we do it with the, by win zipping or win raring the backup. And just in case it screws up, you always have the backup, which is pretty amazing. Takes a little bit of time to do it that way, but it's worth it, because if something can come out of it, then yeah. So I'm fixing up the crates right here, and we're getting them done, and we're just going to adjust a couple little areas. And I think after this, it'll pretty much, I'm just going to detail a little bit more, and then I think I'm pretty done with this build. And eventually we will go back and we will do this build. So if you do like this build, feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know what you liked about it. Let me know if maybe I could have changed things up. Let me know what kind of fruit I could have put on here, something like that. But eventually, like I said, we will absolutely be going back and going over all the other builds that we've made once the building is right. So it'll be worth it. It'll be well worth it, because then you can see my true vision that I was looking to do with this stand. I was going to do a whole bunch. I was going to add, so you see the banners, the blue and white banners. I was going to add like little tapestry, little, kind of like I guess, sewed on stitching to the tapestry. But again, that's going to take a bazillion pieces, and if it crashes after that, I'll probably lose my mind and freak out, and I won't be making any more videos because I'll be curled up in my bathtub just crying while the water hits my head. So I was going to do stuff with that, like the tapestry. Again, I was going to make I was going to put like little brooms on the side of it, and maybe a rake. But I'm going to do little themes and little situational themes like this that people can put all around their worlds if they choose so. If not, I'm going to probably put these around my world, and you can put these in your town, you can put them near your houses, you can put them along your pathways, and so on and so forth. So I make these pretty much for my world, and then if people want to use them, I do put them on the market. This might be on the market when you're watching this video. I will put a variation of it on the market. Maybe I'll put the other one on the market, but I'm not too sure which one I'm going to put up. I did like the other one. Maybe I'll put both of them up and let whoever wants to download it choose whatever they want to choose. That'll be fine. So we're just going to cap up the back right here, and I think we're about to come to the end of the video. I'm just kind of capping the back. This is beating me. I am defeated while I'm doing this. But I mean, I think it still comes out all right looking, and it trends. You know, it kind of shows you the message that I'm trying to go for. Yeah, so we're just tying it in right here. Again, I wanted to put rope around where the wood meets, so it's kind of like the nature themed again, because it got the logs all over it. I was going to put a lot of more effort into it, and the other one I did have a lot of effort into it, but then I said, you know what? I think people watching will understand if you, especially if you're playing this game and you're trying to build stuff, you completely understand the feeling of what's going on. Plus, you know that this is a problem in the community, and yeah. So I mean, later on, I do want to kind of revisit this just for the simple fact that I'd like to spruce this up and make this look really nice. Like I said, the tapestry I wanted to put stitching. I would have loved to put stitching on the back. I would have loved to put more fruit on the front and a couple other things. So here we go. This is what it looks like in the world. And again, it's the dumbed down version of it, or the lesser version of it, for the simple fact. So here you go. It's in town. You come over. It's scale. She's a little bit higher than it. But that's the tippy top of the tapestry is exactly scale height. So hopefully it'll eventually get blueprints where you can make them a little bit taller. And here you go. You can put it by a river or by your pathway. And this is what I'm doing right now, putting it by my pathway. And it gets pretty close to the pathway too. And if you want to know how to do the pathway, you can put it on a bridge blueprint and you can make it there. Let's get a little bench. We'll chuck a little bench over here. Hi, tell her what's going on. And you can see what's going on right here. And that's it. That is the build. Eventually, we will go back over this build. I hope you like this build. I hope you download it. And if you do, I thank you very much. So till we meet again, thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks for watching. Links below.